So the next topic is basic accounting terminologies. Terminologies is nothing but the term, the words, whatever we follow, we use in the accounting process. Okay, the first one is transaction. So, from day one, I have been repeatedly telling you what a transaction is. A transaction is an activity which involves transfer of money or money's worth from one person to another. So transaction is an activity. When you lend a pen to your friend, that's a transaction. Okay, that's an activity that you're doing, so that becomes an transaction, but it has to involve money or money's worth. So whenever any transaction, any activity happens in the business, keeping money as the base, then we call it as transaction. Okay, next is cash transaction. So here, let's take for an example, you go to a shop, buy a product, okay, and you pay the cash immediately, so that becomes cash transaction. It is transaction which involves immediate cash receipt or cash payment. So when you are making payment immediately through cash, then we call it as cash transaction. The next one is credit transaction. So when you are not paying the cash immediately, or let's take credit card as an example, you buy any product using your credit card, we will not pay the amount immediately. We'll pay the amount at a later stage. So depending upon the bank, they'll give sometimes 15 days of time to pay the amount, right? Or sometimes even 1 month will be given. So which means you have acquired the good whatever you want, you have purchased the good whatever you want, but you will pay the cash later, at a later stage. That is called credit transaction. So cash transaction means when you pay the cash immediately and purchase a product. Credit transaction is where you get your product, but the payment will be made later. Account. So account is the basic unit in which we measure in the accounting. Okay, so it can be like in an or it can be prepared using an individual person name, or it can be any asset or any liability or income expense, whatever it is. Okay, it can be any account. An account can be like formed by an with using an individual name, or asset, or expense, or income, etc. And basically this is done when we post the transactions to the ledger account. Okay, from transaction we'll move on to journal, from journal we'll move on to the ledger account. So here, when we post any journal or any transaction to the ledger, in that case we'll prepare an account. Next is capital. Capital, as we all know, it is an investment made by the owner or proprietor. The other day itself I said, owner, in accounting term we call them as proprietors. Okay, so here capital. So capital is nothing but the invested amount which is done by the owner or the proprietor in the organization. Drawings. Drawings means, say for an example, if X, Mr. X is doing a business, he has invested rupees 10 lakhs. Okay, so that investment is called as capital because he is investing. And the same X, due to his personal reasons for personal use, if he takes say 50,000 from the business, that is he has already invested 10 lakhs, but suddenly due to some personal expenses he need 50,000, so he is taking that amount from his business for his personal use, then we call it as drawings. Okay, which means any amount or value of good withdrawn from the business, you're taking from the business, okay, for personal use, then we call it as drawings. Okay, then voucher is or voucher acts as an evidence. It is a written document or a printed document when any business transaction occurs. For example, if you go to a shop and say you buy any product, okay, in that case you will be given, or in simple terms, when you go to any clinic, the doctor gives you, you will pay the consultation fees, and if you ask for, they'll give you the slip, that consultation receipt. Okay, so that is called a cash receipt or an invoice or a cash memo, which means whatever the transaction has happened, for that an evidence, a proof of document will be given in the form of a voucher. So when you go get inside the bank, you may see pay in slip, that also acts as a voucher because it's a proof that you have done some transaction in the bank. The next term is invoice. So invoice is basically prepared by the seller to the buyer. Okay, that is, for an example, if you go to say electrical shop and you ask for certain electronic products, there while purchasing you will be given a invoice where the seller prepares it and gives it to you saying this much quantity of this particular product with the rate of this, amount is this. Okay, so that is where you exactly have all the details whatever you have purchased. For example, if you are say buying 5 tube lights, okay, and each tube light costs approximately 100, so they'll write 5 quantity, 5 product, tube lights, rate 100, total amount is 5 into 100, so 500. Okay, so that is how the invoice looks like. It has all the details of the product whatever we have purchased. Then goods. Goods, as we all know, it talks about the commodity, a product, okay, an article. So goods are nothing but it includes articles, things or commodities in which a business is dealing with. Okay, for example, as I said, if electrical shop, when you go to electrical shop, you can see all types of materials, right? So those people are doing electrical or electronic good articles. Okay, so business, so that kind, whatever a product or article we purchase or we sell, then we call it as goods. Okay, then the next topic is purchases. So you all know it, but here in accounting terms, purchase means when a product is purchased for the or with the intention of resale. For example, uh, if you run a stationery shop, you buy materials or the stationeries from other people and sell it. You're not going to produce it, right? So you're purchasing a product or you're buying a product with the intention of reselling it, then we call it as purchases. Then purchase returns or returns outward. Say for example, you go and buy 100 pencils, okay, because you're running your retail shop, a retail stationery shop. So you go and buy say 100 pencils, out of which 20 pencils are damaged, totally one pack is damaged. In that case you cannot sell it to your customers, right? Because your business will go down when you sell these kind of products. So automatically you will return these products to whom you have purchased. Maybe if you have purchased from say Z company, you will return those pencils whatever is defective, we call it defective. So those defective goods will be returned to the company Z. So when goods bought are returned to the suppliers, it is known as purchase returns or returns outward. Why we call outward here is you purchased it for reselling, but you're not able to sell it, so you return it to the suppliers again. So we call it outward, it is going out, so returns outward. Okay, next one is sales. When goods are meant for resale are sold, that is, you have bought say 100 pencils, right? Out of which 20 only we have already sent it back, so remaining 80 pencils you have, and you sell those products, it is called as sales. Okay, when goods meant for resale are sold, it is called as sales. Then what is sales returns? You did not notice, while giving it to the customer, you did not notice that there was one defective pencil in that pack. Okay, because we won't open the pack and see, right? So there was one defective pencil, so what the customer immediately do, he comes to your shop and returns that one pencil, which means you sold 20 pencils, out of which one was found defective and returned to you, which means you made sales, but the customer is not satisfied with the product, so he is returning it to you. Returns inward, it is coming again to you, it is coming in, so returns inward, sales returns or returns inward. When goods sold are returned by the customers, it is called as sales returns or returns inward. Next one is stock. Stock is where the manufacturing units, or even let's take our own stationery shop example. You would have bought, say, 100 pencils, out of which at the end of this month, say for example, you sold only 70 pencils. Okay, already we bought 100, 20 returned, so we had only 80, out of which only 70 was sold. At the end of that particular month, whatever is unsold or whatever you have in hand, that is called as stock. So we have now 10 pencils with us which is unsold, that is what is called as stock. Unsold goods lying in a business on a particular date are known as stock. The next topic, income. So income here is whatever the amount we receive or amount to be received, or any amount which is realized. Realized means when we make sale we get the income, we get cash, right? So that is again an income for the business. So those kind of realizations, and also any earnings from interest or dividend or commission, which what here we talk about interest or dividend is, interest is where you would have just by running business you would have got more profit, and you save it in your bank account. Okay, you get a certain percentage of interest quarterly basis, right? So like that, that is also a certain amount of income only. Likewise dividend, when you are investing in the form of shares, you get a certain percentage of interest for whatever we have invested in the form of share, but we don't call that as interest, we call it as dividend. The, the profit of the business is being shared to the holders or shareholders, then we call it as dividend. That's a kind of income to the business. Then expenses. So whatever the amount we spend to produce or to sell the goods, then we call it as expense. So if you have to purchase 100 pencils, you first will have to pay the amount for that 100 pencils, right? Which means you are spending your amount, the amount incurred, okay, in order to produce or sell the goods and services, then we call it as expenses. Then solvency. What is solvency is your capacity of repaying the debt. அதாவது நீ கடன் வாங்கியிருந்தா அதை திருப்பி செலுத்துறதுக்கான அளவுக்கு உன்கிட்ட அமௌண்ட் இருக்குதா, ஆர்எல்ஸ் நீ அவ்வளோ ஒர்த் பர்சனா அப்படிங்கிறதா சால்வென்சி. ஓகே, சால்வென்சி இஸ் தி கெப்பாசிட்டி ஆஃப் அ பர்சன் ஆர் an enterprise to pay the debt. Debt means a credit or loan. Okay, so that is called as solvency. Then what is insolvency? It is the incapability or incapacity. You are not able to repay the debt whatever you got, which means you would have got certain amount of loan from banks. When you are not able to, or when you are not capable enough to repay the amount of loan, then we call it as insolvency. Then asset. Asset, as we all know, any property which belongs to the business is called an asset. Like, even it can be a computer, it can be a car, it can be furniture, it can be any kind of machinery. Okay, all these, or even cash in hand, all these are categorized as an asset because those are the belongings or the properties of the business. Liability means where you got a loan, where you become the borrower. Okay, you have got certain amount of loan from the others, from the banks or from financial institutions, then we call it as liability. You are liable to pay. Okay, then debtor. Okay, debtor is a person, or in simple terms, debtor is your customer who did not pay the amount immediately. We saw something called credit transactions, right? Where you get or receive any benefit without paying the amount now, right? When you are giving, or when you are selling any product on credit, on not by receiving the cash immediately, then you become the debtor. Okay, which means you will receive the amount in future. Okay, a person who receives a benefit without giving money or money's worth immediately but liable to pay in future, which means your customer will become the debtor because he did not pay the amount now. He says, he promises saying that he will pay after a week or after 15 days. In that case, he will be paying in future, or he get the benefit, he get products from us, but he will give the amount alone later. Then he becomes the debtor. Then creditor, that who will become the creditor here? The owner, or the person who actually gives the benefit without receiving any amount. For example, let's take, you are running stationery shop and you are giving your customer, say, 20 pencils worth rupees, say, 100. Okay, so 100 rupees worth of business you are doing. Your customer says, can you please give me time for paying the amount for a week? So he is not paying the cash now. So he becomes your debtor and you are the creditor, since you have given your good without receiving any money from him. Okay, so a person who gives a benefit without receiving money or money's worth immediately, immediately but to claim in future, which means your customer will pay you later. Till then you will be waiting for him to get the money. Okay, so you become the creditor. The next one is depreciation. Depreciation, in simple English, we call it decrease in the value. Okay, so when it comes to accounting terms, we call decrease in the value of an asset. Okay, of an asset, a gradual but permanent decrease in the value of any fixed asset, we call it depreciation. Let's take an example. You all might own a cycle, at least, right? Cycle or bike, right? It is not the same price. Say for example, if you have bought a bike worth rupees 50,000, it is not going to be of the same price, it is not going to be of the same condition after a month, right? So in that case it has gradually decreased the value since we have used it for a month, right? That kind of a reduction or decrease in the value of asset is called as depreciation. And the last topic is bad debt. Bad debt means you gave 100 rupees, you told your customer to pay 100 rupees later, right? But that customer did not come back again to pay that amount, which means he is not at all going to give you that 100 rupees hereafter. He vanished totally. Okay, he ran away without paying the amount. Okay, so in that case we call it bad debt. Any amount which is not recoverable from the customer is called bad debt. It is a loss to the business arising out of failure of a debtor to pay the dues. So in simple terms, we say the amount which is not recovered from the customer or from the debtor is called as bad debt. It is a loss because you are not going to get that 100 rupees in any ways, right? So it is a loss to the business. I hope you all understood all the terminologies used in the accounting process. If at all you have any doubt, please do not hesitate. Ask me, get your doubts clarified then and there. Okay? Thank you, children.